YouTube is going through a huge shift right now that people are calling the trust recession. And I'm assuming you've seen a lot of videos like this where it's just a person talking to the camera. They don't really have a crazy thumbnail or anything like that. And the reason is because obviously we started as this on the internet and on YouTube. And then we went to the hyper fast editing and the crazy, things flying all over the place. And we're kind of resetting right now, which is really interesting, but that's why I'm making a bet, and that's why I'm doing things the way I'm doing them right now. How am I already tired? This is bad. I need to get in better shape. Essentially, a lot of people were doing things like selling courses and products that simply weren't good, and they were using their trust that they had built from their brands online and selling bad products, using it for get-rich-quick schemes. And so the new thing is building that trust with long form. And also, hopefully, I'm seeing an increase in this, but the new thing seems to be actually putting out good products and services. And this, in my opinion, is a great thing for everyone. And I'm very happy that this is becoming the trend, but I wanted to make a video about it because I also think it's a huge opportunity, humongous, because not only right now, YouTube is pushing smaller creators more than they ever have. If you look at your home feed, you will see people with under 100 subscribers, under 500 subscribers, videos with 20 views. It is crazy. And I see this as one of the biggest opportunities there ever has been on the internet, because long form is the easiest way to build trust with an audience. And it's in a time when trust is pretty low. So if you can actually deliver on the things you're saying, you can offer value for free, and then your paid thing actually make it good, you can build a great brand. And it's really not that hard. It's just because a lot of people, they had a huge audience, they found an opportunity to make a ton of money, and they did it. But it's really not that hard to actually make a good product. I guess it is hard, and that's why people don't do it, but it's not as hard as I guess I would think to make a good product, follow up with your clients, make sure they're enjoying your service, and actually give something that people want, and then make it a win-win. That is how you actually build a great brand. And right now it's never been so accessible. And it's funny because just hearing me talk right now, I sound like I'm about to start shoving a course in your face. I promise I don't have a course. I do copywriting for businesses, but this is the kind of stuff that gets me excited because I'm here documenting the journey, hoping that I can somewhat inspire other people to take action, but also people to do things like this, because it's really easy. And I think a lot of people overthink YouTube and social media and all that stuff. But for me, I don't really have a plan for this necessarily to help my business. I know it will in some ways, where just having a presence online and maybe, brand recognition in the future. But I also just trust that having a personal brand will pay off in various different ways for me in the future. And that's why I'm encouraging other people to, because it is crazy how much they're pushing out small channels right now. And for the sake of trust here, yes, I am walking around my backyard, okay? I'm not actually walking anywhere. But I know I'm about to hear the same excuses from everyone where they say, I have nothing to post, I'm not an expert in anything. Well, first of all, you typically are an expert because you know something more than most people do. If you know one topic more than the majority of people, you can still help people. But it doesn't all have to be education. Mine is kind of a combination between education, where it's sort of when I figure something out, I report on it here, but most of it is just documenting, and that's the new big thing. Sam Solik is huge because he literally, well, figuratively and literally, just because he films himself working out like a normal dude, and people like seeing it. People are sick of the playing things up and people constantly trying to sell to them and all kinds of stuff. But all of these things are happening, yet the fact is you are still going to trust somebody that you watch online more than anyone else, and especially long form, because you're spending more time with them. Think about it. If your best friend asks you to buy their shirts from their new clothing brand, are you going to buy one? Of course you are, because you want to be a good friend and support, because they've given you value in the past in the context of friendship, right? It's the same thing with YouTube, where maybe, I gave you a tip that really helped you, or maybe you just like how I am, you feel like I'm genuine or whatever. You're going to be more likely to buy something that I'm selling, even though I'm not selling anything. But if I chose to sell something in the future, like coaching or something like that, you may be more inclined to work with me. It makes sense, right? That's why this is such a huge opportunity, at least in my eyes right now, because anybody can do it. The barrier has never been so low. YouTube is pushing people out unlike they ever have. And on top of that, you don't need to be an expert. And even if you aren't an expert, if you just like let's say you're really into a certain TV show, you can even just talk about that. It's very simple things. It doesn't all have to be entertainment or education. You can simply document things. And yes, you will grow slower. Like, I'm growing very slow, but I'm not trying to do a rapid, quick reach everybody in the world. I'm trying to slowly build my audience and actually attract people that are similar with similar interests to what I'm doing. Like, I'm trying to find people that are on the hustle trying to start their business or existing business owners so I can sell my copywriting services. But having a community is going to be absolutely huge, especially with the rise of AI. People are going to want to have that human connection more so than ever, especially with content getting flooded with AI stuff already. And I'm already honestly kind of sick of it. Like, it's cool and I don't really care, but man, it's everywhere, and it's going to get so boring and so played out so quickly, which is why videos like this are on the rise again, because people want the human connection. And it's the same reason why people work with certain people so much, because you're not working with a coach. I mean, you might be working with a coach that you think will get you results, but you're also working with them because you think they're cool or that you believe in what they're actually doing. It's just, in my opinion, the best way to succeed, and having an audience puts you at a huge advantage. Even if it's not a huge audience, if you have 10,000 people that are very much aligned with what you're doing, to me, that is huge. That is absolutely critical. So anyway, I just wanted to share that as a huge opportunity that I have noticed and something I'm building right now currently. So if you've been on the fence at all, it is 100% worth doing. I promise. Try it out, and I hope I inspired at least one person.